Hey, it's the West Coast Podcast. It is Friday night. My name is Zach. This is the West Coast Podcast. If you're not familiar with this, the intro said it all: movies, TVs, games, comics, and wrestling. This is a big week in wrestling. We got SmackDown on right now, and right now, if you're watching, it is championship matchup right now. Nia Jax was in another segment that we will talk about. It is a pretty big deal, but yeah, we got SmackDown on right now. So leave your comments, and we are going to do full-on previews and your predictions for the two big events tomorrow night, this weekend. If you're not watching live, leave comments. But we're going to talk about Vengeance Day for NXT and AEW's Grand Slam Australia. I'm excited for one of them, and I think I'll watch the other one at some point. But yeah, we'll get your comments in during the whole show here as we are watching Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and another big surprise tonight with Alexa Bliss. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, get your comments in. And if it's not wrestling related, whatever it is, hit me up in the comment section. Again, if you're not watching live, let me know how it's going by you. I know all across the country, weather is different. I know some snowstorms, but some people were, they're staying about in the Midwest. But here it is around 60 degrees. It's a beautiful day, and I hope you're having a good week. Oh, man, so much going on. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. We're going to have some fun with that tonight as we talk about Vengeance Day, and I'll give you my predictions along with a recommendation of a Valentine's Day movie that I think represents each match. So that'll be my little Valentine's Day gift to you if you're going to spend it alone or if you got someone you're going to be spending it with. Some Valentine's Day movies that you wouldn't think maybe are Valentine's Day movies. So, good stuff. Yeah, Nia Jax here, finally getting her title shot, which people thought she should have gotten at the Royal Rumble. Which storyline-wise, I guess, would have made more sense, but a lot of stuff out right now, too. Spider-Man on Disney Plus, caught up with that last night, so I'm up to date. Next week is the finale, final 2 episodes. I'm a mixed bag on it. I don't hate it. I think it's a fun watch, but also you could use some things to help it move it along. Let me know if you can check out any movies. I'd love to see some movies, but I need some good recommendations. I can't trust Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, let me know, man. It is Valentine's Day, so I will give you some recommendations for some movies along with each Vengeance Day match. I'm very excited. I think you'll like them. I am a 90s and 80s guy, but I got some more up-to-date ones. I have one that came out last year that I think you'll like, that I was kind of surprised at that I like that much. Tiffany Stratton, a championship match in the middle of Monday Night Raw, or excuse me, Friday Night SmackDown on USA. That's okay, because this men's qualifying match for the main event is going to be so huge. This is going to be such a crazy matchup. I'm very excited for this. Even they announced it last week. I said that's going to be match of the week. Hopefully it will be. Well, what else are you excited for this weekend? Which are you more excited to watch? NXT Vengeance Day or AEW's not a pay-per-view, Grand Slam Australia? It's a very, very odd show. I think anyone watching this knows the history of it being at a bigger venue, and then they had to scale it down because of ticket sales. And then it's not a pay-per-view because it is on the same night as the All-Star Game, which TNT is going to have on. And then it is not going to be that big of a deal because it's going to have no overtime because TNT wants to replay the All-Star Game immediately following that tomorrow night. So it's not a pay-per-view. It's just a show. Fine. That's okay. But it's a pay-per-view. All right, we're in the final hour of SmackDown. Let me know what happened during SmackDown. We'll talk about it a little bit right here as we kind of get going here. This match I'm very excited for. I obviously, Jacob Fatu is probably going to win. He was in multiple segments tonight, and they're really building him up, especially tension with Solo and Cody and everything else. Damian Priest would be great in a chamber match, but I think we know where this is going. Braun Strowman, I like how they're booking him. He's not on every week, and I wouldn't like it if he was on tonight and then the chamber match next week and then these hype packages. I don't think his character has that much depth that I want to see him participate in something that's going to be for a WrestleMania match. Very interesting SmackDown. Again, women's championship match on right now. It's Tiffy time, and it's Nia Jax time. All right. As of a little bit ago, Vengeance Day had about 50 tickets left. We can double check to see where they're at right now. See how many tickets are still available. Donald Glover, you might return from multiple. All right. Original cast of Mr. and Mrs. Smith coming back for season 2. There we go. Let's see where the shows are at right now in terms of sales. Tonight had just over 500 tickets available 2 hours ago for SmackDown. And then let's go to Vengeance Day. It has 35 tickets left, according to Wrestle Tickets on Twitter, or X. That was 8 hours ago. All right, let's see if they have the updated Grand Slam Australia. It has 600 some tickets left for Grand Slam in Australia. That's not bad. That's a decent show, huh? All right, also up tonight, too, we're going to talk about this. This is going to be big. I'll wait for some more people to hop in, but if you noticed, they're setting more Y6 stuff up with Alexa Bliss. Naomi qualified for the Elimination Chamber. This is what it's looking like so far for the women's chamber match. Liv, Bianca, Alexa, Bayley, Naomi, and then someone else to be determined on Monday Night Raw. This is building up to be a fun match, and it's we got multiple storylines here, especially with Alexa Bliss doing the wide 6 stuff again, which again we'll talk about. I got stills of the picks up for you guys, and with Liv going after Rhea possibly again, and then you have Bayley. I don't know where she's going, if it's going to be more Roxanne Perez oriented or what with Bayley. She has a few storylines, but I don't know which one they're going to go with. And then the main storyline out of this, other than the women's championship match at WrestleMania, is Naomi and Bianca with who attacked Jade Cargill. I think they're going to set something up for the Jade Cargill situation at WrestleMania. They could save it until one of the events, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, which might be wise. But that's just me. Let me know what you think on that. All right. Charlotte Flair looking on right now as she watches Tiffy Time take on Nia Jax. The new show is being advertised on Annie right now. LFG, got Rivals coming back, and then Greatest Moments. You watch any of those? The clips from LFG make me want to watch it. It's like Tough Enough and a little bit of NXT with a little more grit. You see the contestants getting attitude from people like Bully Ray and Gunther, which is very fun to see. Speaking of Barbie. Tiffany Stratton is jacked, man. Shoulders, everything. Good gym game, and it's WrestleMania season, so everyone's looking peak. All right. Let's get into some Vengeance Day predictions. Get them in the comments. And again, I'll give you some movies, some Valentine's Day movies that I think accompany each match. Millennial Noob, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're having a great weekend. Great to see you, buddy. Let me know what you're up to, and let me know what you thought of that new Sonic racing game. Ooh, that looked good. That looked really good. Oh, man. I need something to fix my Mario Kart fix. I don't have a Switch. But let's talk about Alexa Bliss really quick before we get into Vengeance Day. I just want to get this out here. These are the stills that came up. If you saw them, good for you. Good eyes. There's a segment in the back with Bliss, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae. These, a couple of these flickered, but they're the same still. You see the Bray Wyatt glove with heel on there. Then you saw on the right, upper right, you saw the messages right there. It's just mixed around words. Do you feel in charge? If you want to unscramble those, and then it flips to another screen with letters, the same letters, just in different spots on the screen. So don't worry. This is it. And then you see Bliss down on the bottom left with the circle looking on as she stood. Is that from the pandemic days? I can't tell. Or is this pre-tape stuff? And then on the right, you see the Uncle Howdy logo and all that stuff right there with Alexa Bliss being teased. So we got some fun stuff coming with the Wide 6 and Alexa Bliss. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. I've always got complaints because I'm old and bitter. But anyways, I'm excited for Alexa Bliss with the Wide 6. I think it needs a big boost. I know there's some injuries in there, and that's why the Wide 6 are one of the reasons why the Wide 6 haven't been on. But I'm excited for Alexa Bliss to finally join, and then we can kind of get things moving with the Wide 6, because I'm sure there has to be some kind of like end game storyline that they came up with for this. I don't think they just run this into the ground with Bo being a part of this. The new Sonic game where he's going to put possible Mario Kart 9 to shame. That's what I want to hear, noob. I loved what I saw from it, and they've already got my money. So let us know if you're playing anything else too out there. I'm still trying to, not play Rivals as much as I do. That game's so addicting. All right, Alexa Bliss. There it is. Joining the Wide 6. We saw it here on SmackDown tonight. More teases, as they did in a couple of recent weeks since she returned. Solo came back, and now it looks like we're getting Jacob Fatu wanting a title run. So I don't know. Are they going to blow up the Bloodline 2 so soon? Is that what this is? I guess it gives everyone a main event match at WrestleMania. Not a main event match, but a WrestleMania match. Then we can kind of move on from the Bloodline. I still like it. I don't love it. And then we talked about this Naomi in the chamber. We had some tag matches tonight as well, or at least one. And then we had R-Truth taking on Mello. I love that they're letting R-Truth like wrestle, not just do like weird gimmick matches. All right, let's get into the Vengeance Day predictions and preview. Anything goes. Any predictions you have with NXT right now? We just saw Ricky Starks come out on Tuesday, who is apparently not going to be named Ricky Starks. I don't know what that's all about, but anyways, we're going to talk about that because I got a segment in here for that. But it is Vengeance Day tomorrow night. This is it. This is the pay-per-view. This is, I think this is going to be the bigger one of the two on the weekend. We go there. There we go. So get your predictions in the chat. We'll go match by match, and I do have a segment for Ricky Starks as well. And then, like I said, accompanying. I'm glitching. Accompanying each pick, I'm going to have my pick accompanied by a Valentine's Day movie for you that may not be a Valentine's Day movie in general, just like we do with Die Hard and Batman Returns for Christmas movies. But I'll recommend a movie that coincides with that match. That if you want to watch something tonight that's Valentine's-y but not Valentine's-y, I got you. Saw the trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. I watched some videos on the new dinosaur, and the new main dinosaur is going to be called the D-Rex. Oh, cue the memes and everything for the D-Rex. So here's, I feel like the D-Rex looked like, I don't want to spoil a movie that came out recently, but it's a human hybrid of something. That's kind of what the face reminded me of. Let me know what you saw on that, Millennial New, because if that's what they're going with, because most of these movies are about like weaponizing or doing something with the dinosaurs that humans shouldn't be doing. But I think that's what it is. I think it's like a human hybrid with the dinosaurs, and I hope it's good. I didn't like any of the Jurassic World movies. Didn't like any of them. Didn't like any of them. But that's fine. They made $1 cajillion. All right, Vengeance Day tomorrow. This is the earlier pay-per-view. This is the one that is a PLE. It is on Peacock, and it will not be held up by the All-Star Game. First matchup is going to be Femi versus these two. I think this will be a fine match. Let me know who you have in the comments here for this match. Waller and A-Town Down have been doing so well on NXT. But putting them in a title match seems very, whatever. It's an opening match. That's why I put this match first. I think this is the opening match, and I think that they've been booked very well in NXT in just a few weeks. I don't think they've been booked too well on the main roster. I think a lot of you might agree with that. But I do believe that in NXT, they have been built well, and I think they will be able to kind of harness what they are all about a little bit more and maybe get more redefined on the main roster. Nia Jax just missing with that big old booty drop. Combination of, yeah. And then the Xenomorph thing is the one I was referring to that I want to spoil, though. Well, Femi's going to obliterate A-Town Down Under in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. Remember that song? No, I'm old. All right, my pick. Yeah, Femi, and I equate this match to any Matthew McConaughey movie. I think it's going to be someone that we like seeing, or some people that we like seeing in a movie that's just there. Maybe we'll pay attention to it, but that is my Valentine's equivalent to what this match is going to be. My Valentine's Day movie is any Matthew McConaughey romantic movie. His rom-coms are what this match is, but I agree with you, Noob. Femi is going to take out A-Town Down Under. Hey, they're Australian. The other one's in Australia. All right. Anyways, the next matchup here, Axiom versus these two. I don't know their names, so you know already what I'm going to say. Fraxiom is going to take this. And then my equivalent to what this match is going to be, it's a thin line between love and hate. I just recently rewatched this. This match is equivalent to that movie because it's going to be, someone that we like Fraxiom, in a movie that may not be the best vehicle for them, but it's still watchable because we love them. And I'm sure they'll do their job in there. So that is my recommendation to watch, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, and my comparison for Fraxiom beating those two. Those two? There they are. Over there. Nia Jax causing havoc. All right, there's the name. Oh, Millennial Noob, look at you. You think they're winning the titles. I feel there were better tag teams out there that could have taken the titles off of Fraxiom, and I don't think the storyline is there, but it could be a surprise. So the biggest thing that they talked about with their build-up video at the end of NXT on Tuesday night was the amount of surprises that are involved with Vengeance Day. They talked about Finn, they talked about all these other things with Vengeance Day and the surprises. That could be a big shocker. Yeah, typical Nia Jax. I think she's just going to kind of keep doing this for a while. Okay, Charlotte Flair is coming out. Let's take a pause because we have to talk about this because I think they might set up Charlotte's match for WrestleMania. It's not Money in the Bank, Charlotte. You can't just cash in because she's hurt. Charlotte's jacked too, man. Her gym game is crazy. Her and Sheamus and Tiffany Stratton. Charlotte Flair, man, the promos that she's been having just aren't hitting with me. Let me know if they're hitting with you. Well, we're a week away from the Chamber. Is that it? She's going to make her announcement right now. She's going to challenge Tiffany Stratton in a heel style. She'll go into the feud as a heel, and there we go. I don't know if I like her new music, I have to say. I can't wait for them to get rid of Def Rebel. I hate them. I hate them so much. They're so trash. That's why I don't like the Simones outside the Usos and Roman Reigns. Speaking of, the Tonga twins are challenging the Bellas to a match. I'm sure they won in WWE too. It's Mr. All Power. How you doing, Mr. All Power? Got you, got Noob, anyone else out there, hop in the chat, join us. Charlotte Flair, we're watching this match right now. Charlotte Flair about to announce, maybe announce her match with Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. Holy, taking your Roman Reigns time. And then we're going to have some fun with the predictions. Mr. All Power, Noob's been helping me out here. I have Valentine's Day movie suggestions that collide. What is... I need a dictionary.
If you can hear me, Tiffy.
Yeah, she's officially a heel. She's officially a heel. Charlotte Flair is officially a heel. This is such a move.
Still Tiffy time. Sit up if you can, Tiffy.
What a heel move. Are you excited for Charlotte Flair and Tiffy time at WrestleMania? We got all the time in the world to talk about this because she's never going to make a fucking announcement. All right, she just chose her. All right, WrestleMania. I thought the ratings was I don't want to say it reflects the programming, but it kind of does. AEW really needs to pick it up. Collision's the better show. Dynamite doesn't even register with me anymore to watch. Collision is easily a better show now. And this is fact. This is why she's on the thumbnail so big, and we'll talk about her when we get to Grand Slam Australia. She is ratings and above and beyond. I think she's like my favorite thing in wrestling right now.
Let me get right to it. There's been a development in the Jade situation.
Finally.
I got an anonymous tip.
All right, an anonymous tip.
I got a video. It's like it was shot on a cell phone. We don't know who sent it. We don't know who filmed it.
Oh boy, here we go. GTV. Here we go. This is it. We were talking about it. This is it. Oop, we'll talk about that. The video to show Naomi. You having a little remote problem there? All right. Bianca and Naomi watching a special video live here of what happened to Jade Cargill. There's Naomi. Oh, there's a wrinkle in the game. Wait. Hold on.
And we figure out the next steps, but look, we can't.
Oh, that's a tease. That's a tease. That was a tease for Liv and Raquel. I don't know, man. That's one of the reasons they said Rampage got canceled. So they need to do something. Just tell good stories. Harley is beyond talented. She's so good. So good. Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we get to it. I have all the matches prepared on slides, and we'll get to it. Let's get back to Vengeance Day now that we know absolutely no new information in the attack of Jade Cargill. All right. If you are just joining us, we talked about this match, and I chose Oba Femi, and I believe this match is the equivalent of a Matthew McConaughey rom-com. And, of course, I chose Fraxiom taking this. Noob did not. But I equate this movie to Martin Fraxiom being in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Next up, let's get to Trick. Trick Williams taking a loss. That's right. I said it. He's going to take the loss. Battle of the Blondes. When? Where? What channel? Is it on before or after the All-Star game? Anyways, where was I? Simple man distracted. All right. Noob. Charlotte. I think Trish came out. I think it's reversed. I think Charlotte came out after Trish made the save. Ooh, that'd be a three-way, though. That'd be a good one in Mania. All right, let's get to this right here. I don't think Trick is going to win. I just don't. I think it's his time because, yeah, he's going to get called up. I think this is it. I think this is his last match. And I'm going to equate this match. This is a strap match. And I think it's going to be brutal. It's going to be two people just having at it. And my equivalent, my Valentine's Day movie equivalent of this match is True Romance. I love True Romance, but I think that's what this match is going to be. It's going to be a little brutal. It's going to be a little in your face. It's going to be, I think it's going to be maybe match of the night because I think in NXT, they realize that you have to do a little something and they prepare people for that next level by doing a little something in the matches. And I believe that's what they're going to do here. And Eddie Thorpe is going to take the win. And Trick Williams has been outstanding doing these different levels in NXT, either learning with losses, others people's losses, doing different storylines while not having the title, and then doing the chase of the title. So he's doing a lot of stuff, and I think losing to Eddie Thorpe is something that will help keep Eddie Thorpe hovering between main card and main event. Adam Cole versus MJF got worse. I didn't see that list. If you want to put anything on here, please feel free to spoil it. But I'm fine if you want to put that list on here, and we'll ask for whatever. Of course, is this Meltzer's Awards, right? I think that's what it is. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez responsible on the attack of Jade Cargill. Those two are second-rate criminals. Man, that would help give a match for the tag titles at Mania. I think that would. And then you could have, I don't know, you could do something with Jade. You could have her come back and then do the storyline with jealousy afterwards. This is True Romance and matches. Love Actually. I didn't put a Love Actually one on here. Oh, that's a good one. If you have any suggestions. See, that's what I know. I'm trying to figure where they insert the feud with Jade Cargill, and if it's going to be against Bianca or if it's going to be against Naomi. Good stuff, though. Good questions to have. Not too predictable. All right, next match for the Women's North American Championship. Let me know what you think about this. Stephanie is new to NXT. I feel unlike Giulia, she might need a little more training with the system, like, again, how Finn Balor talked about when he came to NXT. He was in New Japan. He's doing stuff around the world. But when he came to NXT, that's when, like, doing stuff to TV and figuring out what the lights and the camera and the timing is. I think maybe that might be what they do with Stephanie Vaquer here. I don't know if they give her the title right away. But they could if they are pushing this 4 horsewoman thing. But I also don't think that she just kind of, like, hand things over to a bunch of new people right away. Again, I am a firm believer in giving love to those who have, like, worked for you. And I think Fallon Henley has gone through a great character change. She's put in the time. She's put in the work and a lot of the character work. And I'm going to say that she takes it in some way, shape, or form. Maybe the feud continues. I don't know. In my equivalent to this match at Vengeance Day, not storyline-wise, but just what it's going to be like is single white female. Again, that's my Valentine's Day movie equivalent to this match. And I choose Fallon Henley to retain at Vengeance Day. All right, you got 2 for Stephanie. Am I that off? Is there a pre-show for Vengeance Day? I think they kind of stopped doing pre-shows, but if you meant something else with the pre-show, let me know. All right, next up, Ricky Starks. Well, Ricky Starks segment. I think he's going to come out and have a segment at Vengeance Day. I don't know what can happen. I don't know. I do believe he's going to come out and address him not being Ricky Starks. If you look at all the socials that WWE puts out, it never says Ricky Starks. And when he came out, he said, "I see you all know who I am." There's Trish with Tiffany. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do with Ricky Starks. What else do you call him besides Ricky Starks? It's going to be very weird because we know that's his name. This is a weird thing about NXT with WWE is the name thing. What do you think is going to happen? I do believe Ricky Starks is going to come out. Someone else could come out too that isn't under contract or is new or is returning and start a feud with Ricky Starks. The problem with that is someone's got to lose. All right, there's the graphic. It is up for WrestleMania, Charlotte against Tiffany Stratton. We have 2 matches set for WrestleMania. That's pretty cool. But my equivalent, my Valentine's Day movie equivalent to the Ricky Stark segment at Vengeance Day is going to be Hitman, starring Glenn Powell. This may not seem like a Valentine's Day movie to you, but it is. It is a good one. I was very pleasantly surprised at how much I like this movie. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. I always thought it looked good when I watched the trailers. I was very surprised by how much I liked Hitman. But that is going to be my Ricky Stark's equivalent to a Valentine's Day movie. I'm going to be very surprised how much I like this segment because it's going to set something up. And we'll finally know Ricky Stark's NXT WWE name. Drew is all over the show tonight. Yeah. Drew's good at stirring the pot, I'll say that. All right. Let me know what you think is going to do, or what's going to happen with Ricky Starks. I really don't know exactly where to put Ricky Starks because with Lexus King, they wanted to rebuild and they gave him a different name. It had a decent explanation as to why he didn't use the Pillman name, and they've even teased him kind of going back a couple of times in the last 6 months. But Ricky Starks, it's a little iffy. I don't know exactly what to do with Ricky Starks. Give me your thoughts. All right, 2 more matches to go on Vengeance Day with 2 more Valentine's Day equivalents. All right. Evans versus All Ego, Ethan Page. I think Javon here has a lot to prove in terms of keeping people's attention, because again, it is the big thing here once someone gets hot to keep their attention. Look at LA Knight. Oh, this main event's gonna be good on SmackDown. Who do you think is gonna win? Javon Evans or Ethan Page? Javon Evans is someone that they really want to push, and they're doing a good job pushing him. Ethan Page needs to keep on a track, though, some kind of track with a decent storyline. I don't want to see the Ricky Stark segment involve him or have Ricky Starks involved with Ethan Page. I'd like to keep the AEW guys separate. I'm sure they would too. But for me, my pick is going to be, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this match. I'm stumped on it. So let me know your suggestions. But no matter what, my equivalent of a Valentine's Day movie to this match is Coming to America. This is Javon Evans, I think, coming out match. I think this is more him storytelling in the ring, which is big for guys who like Triple or HBK. And I think this is where he kind of like becomes, I don't know how to say it, someone that is more in the eyes of people going forward rather than just being like the hot thing. If you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I guess LA Knight too. Like once he stops just like being it for a second, you need to like last. But that's my Javon Evans rant, which is just a ramble. But my equivalent is Coming to America because Eddie Murphy in that movie comes to America with his accent and establishes himself in America. And I think that's Javon Evans in this matchup. All right, let me know your thoughts on that match. And now let's get to the main event. This better main event. This is really better main event. You have the champion, a former WWE champion in Bayley. And then you have 2 huge women stars of NXT. This has to main event. There's no way Femi and 8 Town Down Under main events. I cannot see that happening. This is going to be a fun match. I'm really excited for this match. There's a few things to play off of here, different storylines. I think the main one to think about is Roxanne having her final match in NXT at Vengeance Day tomorrow. And then we got 2 matches setting up for WrestleMania. I think we start to get a third one set with Roxanne, Perez, and Bayley, possibly even with Cora Jade, or Cora Jade could beat Roxanne Perez in the next couple weeks. And that would be Roxanne saying goodbye to NXT and moving up to the main roster and starting a program with Giulia. I think Giulia's retaining. Let me know your thoughts, but I think Giulia's retaining. I think that's what it is. And my equivalent of a Valentine's Day movie to this match, this main event match of Vengeance Day, is The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride is the main event of Valentine's Day movies to me. Why? Because no matter what level of the date you're on, this is a fantasy romantic date. There are no expectations to live up to in our world. So if you're watching a romantic comedy, it all depends on these different societal levels, the money or where you're at, or if they're in school, or if they have a car, or if they're the popular kid or they're not. It depends on all these things, but not if you watch a nice fantasy romantic funny ass movie like The Princess Bride. This is the perfect date movie because there are no real world expectations that need to be met afterwards with your date. Cora Jade is eating the pin. Yeah, I agree. That'd be wild if Bayley did. But if you just watch Becky Lynch do her last year with NXT and everything else, I think she could do it. I think you're right, Noob. I think Bayley's definitely eating the pin on this one. That's it. That is it. That is our Vengeance Day preview. That is our predictions. And now, as we gear up towards the main event on SmackDown, let's get into the last bit of news before we do get into our final predictions. And that's this. If you saw, Michelle McCool is now the second person in this year's Hall of Fame. Funny thing is, they released the graphics for WrestleMania weekend. You have SmackDown. You have NXT Stand and Deliver. Is that it? The NXT PLE on Saturday. And you have WrestleMania, and you have Monday Night Raw. Where does the Hall of Fame fit in? Let me know your thoughts on that because I'm stumped. I don't know what they're going to do with it. So please comment and let me know where you think the Hall of Fame fits in. I know they were not happy with how last year's went, with people leaving after Paul Heyman. Just weird random stuff. The one at 35 where Brett got jumped, how they do it at SmackDown, I don't think it is sustainable to keep doing throughout the years. I think they need to do something, even if it's pre-taped. I think that's fine. Make it more of a ceremony like it was. I think that's more respectful, and you do it more in like an intimate setting, like a, I don't know, like a smaller theater or something like that. I think that's how you do the Hall of Fame. I get rid of doing it in such a huge place if you're not going to have it separate on WrestleMania weekend. That's my thoughts on it. It needs to feel like a big deal again. It just feels like a tailgate party almost when you're just doing it after SmackDown. So, all right, next Friday, the Tag Team Championship on the line. DIY defending against Pretty Deadly Boy. What else do we have? Ooh, Jimmy Uso versus Drew McIntyre. I'll take that. They got to build something for Drew. You know, the big rumors that he's not going to be facing Damian Priest because of the backlash on that. Whatever. I'd have liked it. All right, let's get into AEW. It is time to go down under. Let me know honestly, and please give your honest opinions. Are you excited for Grand Slam? Are you? It is. We talked about this at the beginning of the stream. It is something that is. It's not controversial. It's a weird thing. It's set up like a pay-per-view. It was set up at a huge, huge, huge stadium show, and they got moved to a smaller venue. Fine, get it. Then you see some of these matches, and they're kind of meh, which we'll talk about. Then you find out that TNT says, oh, I'm sorry, the All-Star Game is important. Your stuff is happening after that. And how did you not know that the All-Star Game is happening at the same time? And also, by the way, how do you not have any of your people on your station's affiliated sporting event, the All-Star Game, but WWE has Bayley there? So much weird stuff. Add to that, people who bought tickets were complaining because, not because of the matches, but the fact that these ROH matches were added. Nobody was told what time to show up at the venue because time has changed. Like it's so weird, this event. So here it'll come on in LA at 11:30, I do believe. That is wild to me. That is very wild. Let me see if I can just double check really quick. Yeah, 11:30 our time. That is insane. All right. Let's get into the card and see how excited we are for this. Everything that the Jacob Fatu nearly killed Braun Strowman. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, it's going to be such a good match. Damian Priest. Grand scam. Kinda. I mean, think about it. Kind of is. Seriously, you add these matches on. It's like 4 matches I do believe we'll talk about. And you don't tell the people what time to show up. These are big things. People traveling from other countries to see. That was another thing, too, I guess. Oh, man. Rant on AEW Grand Scam. When tickets went on sale, this was presented like a pay-per-view. So I guess technically worded wise, it wasn't a pay-per-view, but you had all your biggest stars presenting this at the old stadium, looking like a damn pay-per-view, like All in Texas was. That's what it looked like. So people who are flying from other countries are complaining because of the card. It looks mid. And because Tony Khan even says that it's not a pay-per-view, it's just a weird thing. Grand scam. Let's get into it. All right. One of the 4 ROH matches right here. Jericho, Big Bill, Brian Keith versus Bandito and the Outrunners. Look, they just had ROH show be the Jericho Cruise matches. Could Big Bill finally turn on Chris Jericho? And then could the real one go to AEW? Maybe. If I was Big Bill, I'd put the kibosh on that because I'd want to see how I fared on my own in AEW first. But I do believe that Bandito and the Outrunners will get the win on this one in the trios match. The Big Bill switch has to come fast because whatever. If you want to believe in the Jericho Vortex or not, that's fine. But right now, Big Bill is just looking like someone out there walking with it. He doesn't even get like the good heat that like a Diesel or Raquel Rodriguez would get. Right? There's no heat. That's my thoughts on that match. You can tell how excited I am for AEW Grand Slam Australia. There's only one match I'm excited for, and you know what we're going to talk about. Even my phone knows. This match, I don't know who Alex Windsor really is. I've seen her online a couple times, but Athena. How many times did you say on this channel she should be brought up and be wrestling on Dynamite and Collision? What she's been doing with that ROH title has carried ROH. There's no reason to have ROH paying a paywall because it's not even. I'd probably pay for Evolve or MLW before I pay for ROH. Athena needs to be brought up. Athena will get the win here, but this will be a great match, and it'll show off Athena and, of course, Alex Windsor. ROH, man, just please do something with it. Every 2 months, someone says there's a deal almost done with ROH, and nothing happens. So please let something happen because there are some good talents on there, especially Athena, who needs to be called up. Athena, put her on TV, free TV. Match number 3 of ROH Global Wars. Lee Moriarty against dude. I don't know who that is. Dude. Robbie Eagles. Lee Moriarty's winning. Lee Moriarty is someone else who I thought was going to get pushed on Dynamite years ago, and it wasn't. So Lee Moriarty's taking the win on here. And dude, you know what he looks like? He looks like, you ever see the movie Can't Hardly Wait? There's another Valentine's movie for you to watch. Can't Hardly Wait. I think he came out like 98, 97. The jock dude in the blue shirt. That's who he looks like. All right, final ROH match, Global Wars Australia. I guess this is going to like be done so the crowd can come in. Eminem Collection take on the champs, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. I wonder when Dustin's going to retire. They have been doing some stuff about, the decades that he's been in wrestling and all that other stuff. Honestly, if Dustin is going to retire or lace up the boots and hang up the boots and call it a career pretty soon, take the titles off of them and give them to Eminem. They're doing pretty well. They're doing very well for themselves, actually, especially when they do stuff with the refs. I'll say Eminem win. Let me know your thoughts on this. Again, I really don't keep up with ROH because I'm not paying a paywall for it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of AEW Grand Slam. All right. Let's breathe and talk about AEW storytelling. All right. The Death Riders, who can legally try to kill people, and the boss does absolutely nothing. But the Elite do very little, and he tries to do everything to get the Elite off TV. I don't know. It's the storytelling that's very weird for me. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't care. Cope with Jay White. Jay White is probably going to get some good offense, and I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't care. I think the Death Riders is one of the worst storylines right now. I think it is terrible. It is right up there with Retribution for me. I mean that too. This isn't like a joke. This isn't me being a smart ass. This is real. I think the Death Riders are terrible. And none of this means anything because why? It's not a pay-per-view, Tony Khan said. This that is going to air here after the All-Star game at 11:30 p.m. and then has exact end time because they're going to replay the All-Star game. Doesn't mean anything. Like, this doesn't mean anything. Especially because you already have the championship match set at Revolution. Also, please, oh please, please change up your graphics a little bit for me. Do me something. Give me a little something here. Just because you changed up the hue on there a little bit, the brightness, you chose a different filter. Give me something here. Try, Tony Khan. Try. I put more effort in my damn thumbnails than you do with this. This is my issue with AEW. These little things that just bother me with AEW. Damn. Speaking of bad wrestling promotions, NWA is pretty much in a bad state. We need to talk about the bad development of the NWA next because I just saw Kenzie Page and Big Mama become double champions. Is Billy Corgan paying attention to NWA? I just want to know because I see him everywhere else. Unless they pre-tape NWA for 6 months and then he just kind of like kicks it. But I feel like I want to get into NWA just to talk about this sometime new within the next couple weeks. I want to see how bad it's become and how bad it can get in the next few weeks. And you have Cope and Jay winning. I think so. And I'll just give my prediction here for Revolution. I don't think Knock and I are going to this, but we might because it's here in town. I could see them giving Cope the championship belt. But I don't know if they'll do that just for a millisecond because no matter what, I see Christian Cage doing his cash-in at Revolution. Seriously, what the hell? Please do something. I don't even care. Google a transparent Moxley and Cope picture and just switch them out. Next up on Grand Slam, not a pay-per-view, is Okada versus Buddy. I'm actually excited for this match. I really don't care about the belt. I think the belt means absolutely nothing, but these wrestlers are very fucking good. I'm excited for this matchup. The fact that it is a smaller card, I think these two can just go at it, and these two are so damn good in the ring. This is what AEW is right here, this matchup. I'm very excited. I do believe Buddy Matthews might win. He might take the belt off of Okada because that'll build the new faction up now that Malachi's gone, or Alistair. Yeah. Now that he's gone, and then Okada can even maybe disappear for a little bit or just be down on his luck or something to help bring back Jack Perry and the Elite and maybe bring that faction back together. I guess we have to see what's going on with Kenny Omega and then if they start a fight. But we'll get into that match. But I do believe Buddy Matthews could win here. I think it's maybe time to give Buddy Matthews a little something because he could have probably easily done what Malachi did, but he stuck around. Mariah May versus Toni Storm. This isn't the main event either. This isn't the main event. Main event talent. This is going to be a great match. It is for the women's championship. But I don't really dig the way. I'm fine with how everything panned out. I just don't like how it panned out. It was just very like last season of Game of Thrones to me. Kind of like rushed through and not given enough time to like fully be, in my opinion. But that just might be old Hollywood Zach here talking. But I if it's not a pay-per-view, the title's not changing hands. Mariah May is going to hold on to this one. And Noob says Buddy Matthews is winning because Okada is way worse than Nakamura. I don't like the bitch gimmick. That's got to stop. It's so cheap. It's so Vince McMahon era. It is so Vince McMahon era. Damian Priest and Jacob Fatu work very well together. All right, let me know your thoughts on this one. Again, I do believe they're going to set this up for a bigger stage. The build-up hasn't been there for this match. This match, fine. We're going to get some good wrestling. That's the point of this match right here, is good wrestling. I don't care about the storyline at all because it kind of doesn't make any sense. Does a little bit, but not really, especially when you brought in the mystery opponent, which is, I forgot the dude's name already. No one reacted to it when you brought in Kyle Fletcher's old tag partner to be in the Don Callis family. This match, I think Kenny and Will lose, and that might start them going into a feud, which I really don't need to see anymore. I don't know. Kenny Omega to me is the biggest star in the company. How do you not build him to be the one to take the belt off of Moxley? I know you're going to have Darby Allin, which made total sense and is decent storytelling, but then he goes and climbs a mountain, which we all knew he's going to anyways, which is good for him because it's a really cool accomplishment. But now the Death Riders thing is the worst. It's the worst. Tony Stormer's winning because Mariah May reign is already underwhelming for me. It is underwhelming, but I don't think the storytelling is there to have her lose. But if you read the room, that's it. The reactions aren't there. You might be right. And Fletcher and Kanosuke are winning. I agree. I think they are. I think they're really building up Fletcher to be something. You know, he steals Randy Orton's moves. That's fine. Everyone borrows in wrestling. All right. Next up is what I think is the main event. I think should be the main event. This is live tomorrow in the early afternoon. We'll all see spoilers probably before we see the event because the event is going to air here like 12 hours after. This is the main event to me. Why? Why, oh, why? Two reasons. One, start building Mercedes Moné like the main event. You paid enough money for her, and she's the goods. Build her up like that. The other thing, I'll find it. Mr. Albar put it in here already. Harley Cameron is ratings. She's ratings gold. Every time she's on TV, it's hilarious. It's very entertaining. And every time she wrestles, she's better and better and better. I absolutely love what she's become here in AEW. She's one of my favorite things in wrestling, period, right now. And I got to say, take the belt off Mercedes. She's got two other belts she can do other stuff with. She's already fighting at Hog and doing some other stuff. Take the TBS championship off of Mercedes because it's not really doing that much, and you can put her into a title picture. Mercedes versus Timeless Toni Storm, or she takes the belt. That's good money. But give Harley Cameron a shot with this. Give someone else a belt in AEW here. And Harley Cameron is it. Man, everything is lining up for her. Everything. The promos, the wrestling, the rating spikes, the merch, everything is lined up for Harley Cameron to take the win. This is it. Pull the trigger, make this event seem like something special, and have these two have a good match, and Harley Cameron take the belt, and then it's something to talk about and something that's turned into Dynamite for. That's my opinion on this match, which should be the main event. As bodies are being laid out here on SmackDown. Valentine's Day. Noob says he's got the feeling Mercedes is pretty much winning. I hope not. I hope Mercedes and Tony Khan see the money in putting the belt on Harley Cameron. You want to build Mercedes up to be a heel again, have her take the belt off of Harley Cameron later on. Actually, don't. Keep Mercedes out of this mid-card title after this. Have her start a good feud, and then push her towards the main event. You have to, especially with like Britt kind of gone. You got Megan Bayne working with Thunder Rosa. You got to bring Deanna back into the limelight again. You got to do something with her. She's too good. It's going to be pushed aside. She doesn't even have Rampage to wrestle on anymore. But that's my thoughts. This is the main event. AEW's most, I'm going to say most popular. Look, Harley Cameron's just everything is lined up for her to take the title tomorrow. Make it happen, TK. Make it happen. That is it. Let's get into this main event here and see who qualifies for the men's chamber. What are you more excited for tomorrow? Which pay-per-view are you more excited? Excuse me. Oh, it's not a pay-per-view. Which wrestling show are you more excited for tomorrow? NXT's Vengeance Day or AEW Grand Slam Australia? Oh, if you're a fan of if you're a fan of horror movies, got a Stir of Echoes Q&A with Kevin Bacon and the writer and director of the film. I'm going to release that on Monday, so I thought that was really cool. Shot that here in Hollywood. Very cool to see. 25th anniversary, and they're listed on 4K disc from Lionsgate. People thinking Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu should wrestle WrestleMania again. I think they've done enough together on TV where you can do all these other side things. You can go in the back. You can use all these different weapons. Can't really do that at Mania. I went to Mania 35, and Shane and Miz, when they started moving around, that's when it started getting a little like, unless you were right where they were, you worked well in front of a live crowd. Solo back out now. Did he change out of his turtleneck? Oh, here we go. Cody. Who should Cody face at WrestleMania? How the storyline was there for Jay, but the better storylines with Gunther. Look at that. He missed the spike. Tensions rise in Bloodline 2.0. Jacob Fatu pissed. Ooh, crowd is heating up. Wow. Jacob Fatu's not winning this match. Jacob Fatu's going to be pissed. Look at that. Oh, could Braun Strowman win? Damian Priest is going to the chamber, I think. Here we go. Jacob Fatu is nowhere to be found. I think Damian Priest is going to the chamber. Damian Priest going to the chamber. That's good. I like that because he's been in the main title scene throughout the year. You have all these guys with main title pedigrees in the Elimination Chamber. He's the only one who doesn't have a story up against Cody Rhodes. So they have to address that probably next week with some kind of promo from Damian Priest, whether in the back or in the ring. Because that's the thing. We know how wrestling works. If he doesn't have a story, we know that he's not going to be the one to win the chamber. Might be the guy to take the pin. There we go. Priest, Paul, Cena, Punk. Did I miss someone? Priest, Paul, Cena, Punk. Might have missed someone. All right. A little bit of respect with them going in. Ending the show with that. That is Friday Night SmackDown. All right. Let me know your thoughts on everything, especially if you didn't watch live. Hit me up in there. This has been the stream. We covered it all. The two big events happening this weekend. And SmackDown tonight. I had a good time. Hope you did too. Stay tuned to the channel. Of course, we got more stuff coming. Eddie Murphy Cheerless Live. Not going to be doing it. We don't know when. We've been only talking about it for 2 months, but we'll get on it. But again, what are you more excited for this weekend? I do believe it is time for Harley Cameron to shine. I think this should be her weekend, and I think that should be the big thing coming out of AEW Grand Slam Australia is that Harley Cameron took the belt off of Mercedes Moné. Will they think it's going to be a mistake to have someone like newer take it off of her rather than someone like Statlander or Willow. Who knows? I just feel that the time is now to do it. Jey Uso this to the moon and back. Harley Cameron for the win this weekend. Make Grand Slam feel special. Hold up. Hold the phone. Who is it? It's our friend Steve from SCW, one of the best wrestling channels on YouTube. Oh, man, we're doing well. Hope you're doing well, too. Just about head to work, but sending best wishes. Thank you so much. Have a good day at work. Have a great Grand Slam non-pay-per-view day. Enjoy Vengeance Day. Hope you have a great weekend, Steve. Happy Valentine's Day, buddy. That is it. That is what a great way to go out from across the pond. Check out SEW right here on YouTube. I'm going to go enjoy a beverage and maybe some good movies tonight. If you got anything for me to watch, pop it in the comments. Let me know. I need something to watch. I love horror. So if you're out there, Heretic is coming to Max, and so is Nosferatu is coming next week to Peacock. So I'm very excited for that. Anyways, my name is Zach, West Coast Podcast. We might be back with Knock Then Wednesday, so keep an eye on that, and we'll talk about probably the finale of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Otherwise, have a great night. Enjoy the shows tomorrow. Remember, be excellent to each other. Take care, everyone.